Caterpillar's Operator Stadium. And now your host, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your official MC of Operator Stadium, Rutledge Wood.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. You know, when I first heard about this opportunity, I jumped at it because I love all things cars and trucks. Hyperdrive on Netflix, wherever you know me from, I love all things cars and trucks. I always have. So for me, the mechanics, what goes into these amazing machines is something I've always loved. So I've always been a huge fan of CAT. Now we've got tons of stuff going on here all week long. Make sure when you're taking those pictures, use the hashtag CONEXPO. Show your friends where you are, because from the demos to Mike Rowe being here, all the fun things we got going on, you got to make sure you share it with everybody who's not here with us. So that being said, I got a chance to go to the training facility in Edwards, Illinois, and see some of these amazing operators up close, and you guys are going to get to see their skill as we go forward today. But first things first, safety is a top priority for all of us here at Caterpillar. Take a look up at the big screen, a couple things we want to make sure you know. If you need ear protection, there's dispensers in each of the grandstands. Most importantly, please do not lean on or climb over the stadium barrier. For safety concerns, reach out to a CAT rep in the red shirts or security personnel, and your health is important too. There are hand sanitizer stations located throughout the stadium. Now, without further ado, I want to remind you why we're here. You, the operators, the owners, the fleet managers, everybody in between, because what you do every day, your work matters.
Daybreak. You push yourself out of the darkness, often gone before the rest of the house is awake. If you could stay longer with your family, you would. But they know every time you leave, you're doing it for them. Because your work matters. Today, like every day, there will be challenges to face on your job site. It could be the elements, the overtime, or something unexpected. But you stand strong because you know your employees, your customers, and your community are counting on you. To each of them, your work matters. Like a force of nature, your work transforms the world as we know it. Your skill, your unwavering resolve to do things right. These ensure your efforts will stand the test of time. Your milestones are your legacy. You are a giant. You are a doer. And your work matters to all of us.
That right there is exactly why I wanted to be a part of the Caterpillar family here at CONEXPO. And what you're going to see today, these amazing operators, they were all just once like you. They were customers, and now they're part of this elite group that not only trains people here in the U.S., but helps train people all over the world. And to help us understand how all that works, I want to introduce my friend Chad Cremines. For those of you who don't know who he is the Field Operations Manager for CAT and runs many of the company's educational initiatives like these demos. Chad.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Buddy. I'm great, man. How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Are you ready for this?
I am so ready.
We've had so much fun this week, from the CAT Global Operator Challenge to the demos yesterday, seeing these fans of the products come out. It really has to support you guys so much, because this is the kind of stuff that y'all do every single day.
Yeah, we do. We're super fortunate. So like you said, I'm from the Edwards Demonstration Learning Center, which is one of three Caterpillar demonstration centers across the globe. And we're so fortunate. We get to do some really cool stuff. We get to demonstrate CAT equipment. We get to train customers like all these folks in the crowd today. We can train them at our facility, at their facility. Regardless where they want it, we can help them out, and regardless the product for that matter. And then also we get to do really cool marketing endeavors such as this, and then I get to hang out with you.
Man, I love it. I think all these folks are ready to see the action. So what exactly is going to go on here today?
Well, I tell you what, buddy, at the end of the day, we need machines so that these operators can run them. So we wanted to make sure that we put these machines on a stage at the end of our demo. So we're going to build a stage. We're going to put our pretty yellow machines up there. It should work out pretty slick. We've got about 30 minutes and some really tight quarters, but we're going to do our best to get it done.
This is exciting. All right, sounds good. Tell you what, I'm going to go up top so I can get a little better view.
Yeah.
Let's go get it.
You bet, buddy. So, Rudd, as you're walking up there, I'll tell you about our 6 operators that we got out there. These guys are 6 of the 10 demo instructors that we have at Edwards. And these guys are, as Rhett was saying, they're trained to Caterpillar's Equipment Training Solutions curriculum. They do a great job for us, but they also were customers in the real world. Speaking of customers, Josh Hayes, what are you doing, buddy?
Good morning, Chad. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
We're getting ready to go to work here in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to have our good friend Tyler from the local dealer. He's going to come out, look over the articulated truck real quick. And, that's part of the customer value agreement that we have.
Absolutely.
He's going to basically look it over real quick. We work with Tyler out on the job all the time. And kind of that agreement that we have with our local dealer, it's all about extended service and preventative maintenance.
Yeah.
And it's working out great, man.
The nice thing about those, they're extremely flexible. You can be a one-man band, or you can have a fleet of 200 machines. At the end of the day, we give you peace of mind keeping those machines up and running with those customer value agreements.
Absolutely. While Tyler's finishing up, what I'm going to do is our pre-shift walk around. So this is something that our operators do every day on every machine. And typically in the past, we used to use the paper logs. Worked well, but we also found that this new CAT Inspect app is something that's really working even better for us. So I can use that on my smartphone, which I have today, or a tablet. Works very well. So as I go around looking at the truck, doing my pre-shift inspection, I actually have a checklist here in that Inspect app. That way it ensures that I don't miss any important points to look at on the truck. Also, if I see something that needs any type of attention, what I can do is add comments in this Inspect app, or even take a photo and attach it to it. That way, if I send it back to our mechanic, Bob, at the shop, he has my comments and a picture to back up what I'm talking about. And I tell you what, it's been paying off really good for us. Just as an example, something as looking at the teeth wear maybe, or replacement on bucket teeth on excavators or wheel loaders, or cutting edges on motor graders or dozers. We can kind of go back real quick and look at the life we had out of those. So pretty well finished up my walk around here. I'm going to climb up in the cab, Chad. I've got a load count to meet.
Yes, you do.
We've got material to move, partner.
All right, that sounds good. That's really cool, man. That CAT Inspect app, it just makes things simpler. It's literally in your pocket, keeps you connected both to your home base and to your local dealer. And let's say you do need a new tooth or something of that nature, a wearable item, any CAT Genuine part, you have that ability to order it. And the nice thing about getting a CAT Genuine part, it goes through the same rigorous research and development that our CAT machines go through, so you know that the reliability and durability is there as well. So that's pretty amazing. Hey, Rod, I see you made it up there.
Yeah, buddy, I'm back up here with you. This is always my favorite part of this demo, because the boys, they get behind the helm there of the machines, give everybody a little wave, a little bucket love. It's like an air high five, I realize.
Or is that like a bucket bump? I don't know how.
It's one of those, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit. So we're going to have some tandem loading going on. How's that going to work exactly?
Well, I tell you what, in a perfect scenario with our customers in the mining and quarry situations, when you're trucked up, so that means if you've got enough trucks to keep the loader, or in this case, loaders, moving, that's best case scenario. Doesn't happen a lot, but when it happens, it is the best way to move material in a short time frame. So these two guys are doing just that. They're demonstrating tandem loading because we're trucked up, as we say. These guys, they obviously have worked well together. You got to have excellent communication. You got to be trained to the Caterpillar Equipment Training Solutions curriculum. That definitely helps, Rut, and these guys are doing a bang-up job for us.
They really are. Let's check in with Nathan. You're in the 972M right now as the operator. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Certainly, Rut. First off, look at this crowd out here. This is amazing.
Right?
I tell it makes it a lot of fun being out here watching all this. But hey, technology on this machine and what this all machine is about is, first off, I want to talk about is the joystick. So this joystick that's on here, I tell you what, it's nothing new. It's been around in our K-Series wheel loader, so it's tried and true. And what I really like about it is the visibility. At my fingertips, forward, neutral, and reverse, gear selector, it just makes my life a lot easier, as well as the force feedback I get. And then you throw that in on top with this Performance Series bucket that I have. As an operator, my day gets done real easy. Loaded buckets, get Josh's load count at the end of the day. We're good to go.
Wow, I love that in-cab shot, Chad. So cool to see exactly what he sees. Now, I know these loaders operate and feel differently. Why is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 972 is more of your mechanical drive type system, and the 930 is a hydrostatic system. It definitely works out well depending on where they're at. Again, we've got a ton of different customers out there. As you can see today, look at all these folks here. Most of them are customers, I'm sure, and they have different needs. They may need a truck or a loader of different shape and size and whatnot, and this 930 gives some of our customers that have that requirement for a hydrostatic transmission. You get infinitely variable speed and torque, works out fantastic. Or you can pick the 972. You got the power shift, lock-up clutch torque converter. It works out awesome. It reduces or helps against wear and tear and heat in regards to heavy load and carry type situation. It works out real good, buddy.
It seems like, all right, let's check in with Brian Kane. You're over there in that 930. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, right. We'll talk a little bit about, just as Chad mentioned, you don't want to call it like a lawnmower, but this machine, the hydrostat, is very easy to operate, right? So it kind of slows down as I let off the pedal or the throttle. It slows down the machine. I don't have to use my brake a whole lot. If you can think about like pretty ease of operation. And then we'll talk a little bit about the Performance Series bucket on this. So a lot of times people think, oh, it's just the curved sideboards on this Performance Series bucket that makes it really easy. But the thing is it's got a longer floor in it. So what that does for the operator is we're able to penetrate the material or the pile very easy. And then we're able to retain that material as we do our load and carry or hauling. These loaders, you know, that's what they do every day, right? They're always hauling material, maybe they're load and carry. And then with these 930s, they're a very good support machine. Maybe out in the field, if it's a pipe application, they can charge the rock box, or they can haul a pipe to the excavator as they dig. So it's a very versatile machine.
That's cool. Chad, it seems like there's a lot of different choices, a lot of different applications here. What if we were on a bigger site?
Yeah, well, we got bigger machines, buddy. That's all there is to it. You know, Cat does a great job of making sure that we've got a system in place to accommodate our customers' load and haul needs. So if you're on a construction site, we've got a 725, and you compare it with an excavator, you compare it with a 972 like we've done today, and the nice job is here, like for example, this 972, if it took him 6 or 7 passes to load that truck, that's not very efficient for our customer. At the end of the day, you got to move material in an expedited fashion to really make that money. So we make sure that our pass matches work out very well, and that's in this size, and that's also clear up to a 992 with a 777 truck. That's a 100-ton truck. We make sure that our pass matches work out very well. And even when it comes down to our wheel tractor scrapers, 627, they work great together in a push-pull situation. And then you can pair them with a D9. So that D9 can push the 627 through the cut. He can prep the cut and get it ready while that 627's loading material and heading down the road, buddy.
Hey, what do I notice? Tell me about these indicator lights that are on the cab of the 725. What exactly do those mean?
Well, that's a great question. So, you know, in this day and age, it's all about technology. You know, it's about information. It's about getting information in a quick fashion and then also being able to understand it. But sometimes an indicator light is really all you need. It's just simple, it's clean, it's easy. And that indicator light on the cab of that 725 tells the loader operator where he's at in regards to loading that truck. So if it's a green light, he knows he's got the go, he needs to keep loading. Once it starts to flash red, he's probably got one more pass to go. And then once it's solid red, the truck is full. And that's super important for a handful of reasons. One, to hit our production numbers, we want to make sure that that truck is full. But at the end of the day, we don't want it to be too full. Over a long period of time, if you overload a truck, you're going to really increase your wear and tear. So that indicator light really helps on all of those measures.
And it's interesting, the technology isn't something that's going to take time away from what you're doing, what the job is. It's actually just going to help you do what you're already doing.
It's a tool in the toolbox.
So simple, though, the cab lights, letting two operators communicate without having to do anything
turning
special.
and backing up the road.
That's a
okay?
big thing right there.
Absolutely.
All right, so we see everything going on. We certainly know that there's a ton of fans out here watching all this going on. If you're just joining us here at Operator Stadium, we are building a stage over here. It takes about a half an hour to really highlight all of these different new machines. We've got demos that go on all day long over here, whether it's a Spotlight series, our technology demo at noon, plus Mike Rowe comes by doing his show, Titan of the Trades. But come on over and join us. Come check this out. Oh, and this is my favorite part, Chad.
What's that?
You know who's coming in to play.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look up here by the truck. That's our friend Speedo climbing his way in that 325. I feel like if I was going to be in one of the machines, I definitely would want to come into the stadium with this sort of an entrance.
Well, you let me know when you do that. I'll leave.
Well, the good news is I could actually come visit and do the training there in Edwards, Illinois with you. And then I could do that next year.
It's very possible.
I'm into it. All right, Speedo, you're over there in the 325, buddy. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Hey, sorry, Rut. I had to mute my radio there. I was just checking out Esposito on here. But the nice thing is that I'm able to do that just using the joysticks on the machine. So I've got the buttons programmed. I'm able to use any of the technology that the machine comes with. So this next gen 325 is the same exact setup in the cab as our previously released next gen excavator. So same setup that we've been using, tried and true proven technology. So a lot of grade features, a lot of assist, a lot of technology that I can turn on and off when I need it in the machine. Pretty soon here we're going to load that truck up and I'm going to use some of that payload. So super easy stuff to use. Very nice that each operator can configure it to themselves the way they want. So, you know, if I want to turn on my air conditioner, I can. If I'd rather, set up my grade buttons and all that to use it, easy push of a button and I'm using it. So super easy for our customers to use and tailored to their needs.
Speedo, is it true you got the nickname because you were a collegiate swimmer?
Well, that's what they say. That's what we're going to go with today. We got a big crowd. I don't know if we can talk about the real reason. That's good, Josh.
No, fair enough there. All right, Chad, we see the 440 has come out. I know a lot of people talk about the seat-mounted controls. Tell us a little bit about those and why they're so important.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, our guys, these customers, they're out there every single day, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. It can be kind of fatiguing, so comfort's really important, and Caterpillar recognizes that. Our Backhoe loader group down in North Carolina, they've addressed it with this machine for sure. They've got those seat-mounted controls. Makes it so much easier for that operator to keep control of the machine and stay comfortable at the same time. A comfortable operator is a productive operator, and at the end of the day, that's what we absolutely want to do. And in fact, they've taken it one step farther. They've got what they call dual mode on these backhoe loaders. So this 440, let's go back to our customers, actually. These guys are putting these machines in crazy positions. They're doing some amazing stuff out there. Crazy gifted operators, probably in the stands today, truth be known. And this machine gives them another tool. They can jump a trench or whatever they're trying to do, run the back of the machine, turn the seat sideways or even stay straight forward, click a button on the joystick, and then they can run the front end. And that helps with reset, whatever you're trying to do. Again, like I said, jumping a trench, whatever the case may be, it makes it a lot quicker and safer and easier for our guys. So they do a great job.
They really do. Tyler makes it look easy in there. Now, I heard that CAT is launching 5 new backhoes this year.
Yes, they are. They've got the 415 through the 430, building on the amazing lineage that Caterpillar has with our backhoe loaders. More performance, more versatility, more comfort. It's just more, man. They're doing a good job down there in North Carolina.
I know they are. It's so cool to see all this come together. Now, CAT's been known, of course, for making tractors, and they've been making dozers for almost 95 years. The D6XE out here in the middle is making noise because it's the world's first high-drive electric dozer. Hood, you're in there. Tell us what you think. Why is that one so special?
Well, first of all, Brett, I mean, look at this crowd. I really appreciate all you guys coming out and watching us. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. But you're exactly right on this elevated sprocket. Caterpillar's first elevated sprocket, high drive electric dozer. Gives you a lot more power, a lot more torque to the ground. And another nice thing about this is it runs at a lower RPM than our traditional mechanical drive D6. Really helps on fuel savings. And I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but the new blade design, the new VPAT blade design on this machine, it really helps balance the machine out a lot more for grading applications. But to tell you the truth, the power, the torque this thing has when you're pushing, and especially on slopes, doing slope work with this thing, I wouldn't want to be in another dozer.
And I know, Hood, we've seen you talk about slope assist, but what I noticed is so dramatically different about that one is it seems like you're using it differently in the turns than dozers in the past.
Yeah, right. So traditionally, mechanical drive dozer, you don't really want to turn while you're pushing, while you're cutting. So you really got to contact the material at 2 different angles, right? These new electric drive dozers, that gives you the power, gives you the torque, and the ability to turn while you're pushing under a load. And as you see me running this radius out here, you have the power to sit there and turn as you go. It makes your job a lot easier, makes for a more productive day.
That's awesome. Chad, it just seems like everything's all about building towards that. If the operators are more comfortable, running more efficiently, then the fleet managers, the owners, everybody else, it's affecting the bottom dollar in this great way.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, they've done that with our tractors, with our backhoes. It doesn't matter. This electric drive D6, excellent fuel efficiency, and they've got gains in performance. I mean, that's kind of unheard of, Rudd, I'll be honest with you.
It totally is. Man, I love watching all of this stuff come together out here. And how many total operators do we have?
Today we've got 6 out here.
6 of the best, and that's why they keep swapping out, showing all these different incredible pieces of machinery. We see the 310s rolling in. Nathan, you're in that. I know operator comfort is a big deal. Tell us about that one and why that's so special.
I tell you what, Rutledge, this machine, it's really been a game changer. So they totally redesigned these excavators with this joystick steering. So at the touch of my fingers, I can switch in and out of more or less a joystick control, which helps me as an operator move this machine back and forth. I can control the blade, I control the boom and stick, all at my fingertips. So it's really a game changer. The other part is, you notice there's a blade on the front of it. This actually allows me to even lift a little bit more material. If I'm lifting a culvert or something like that, how about 10,000 pounds up to 8 feet high? That's quite the thing. And then you throw in this LCD display that's in here, pattern changers. If you have an operator that needs to go back and forth between backhoe and excavator controls, he can do that. He or she can do that right there. So it's really a game changer, Rudd.
It's awesome, and it seems like CAT's really taken a lot of cues from the automotive industry. Is it true that thing's got Bluetooth?
Oh, you better believe it. Listening to a little symphony of destruction in here, my friend.
Oh, went for Megadeth today. Is this because we gave you such a hard time you were pumping Wayne Newton too loud yesterday?
Yeah, I got to switch back and forth,
I appreciate that versatility. Always a big deal. So cool, though. You get so much out of a machine with a relatively small footprint. All right, now one of my favorites, the 150. Josh, you're in that bad boy. Tell us all about it.
Absolutely, Rudd. I'm out here. I'm honored to be in this 150 today. I tell you what, I want to just take a couple minutes and talk about the choices in the motor grader product line from Caterpillar. As you can tell from up there, this is a joystick controlled machine. So with that, I control the steering and all the implement functions in 2 separate joysticks. Now, we also offer steering wheel and levers. I was talking to a lot of customers yesterday that just hadn't heard the new wave yet. The Caterpillar has steering wheel and levers. And if you really want to take a look at one of those, go outside of Gate 2. We have a 140 steering wheel lever machine. This 150, of course, is joystick steering. It's got all the bells and whistles on it, but basically it's all about choices for the customer, which is really nice. Now, you probably wonder, this is a GPS mastless machine, 3D. So the nice thing about that is I have the GPS receivers on top of the cab and on top of the mainframe. So that gets those masts and receivers that typically were on the top of the moldboard out of the way. So I have full functionality, all the capabilities this machine was meant to do, which is real nice, man.
But you still have all the same 3D controls. It's just now moved out of the way, makes your job faster, more efficient.
Absolutely. It's just, for me, it's one less thing to focus on. I can focus on my task at hand. And what I'm doing with the moldboard worst is, like in this situation right here, exactly, I have a lot of angle on the moldboard. So typically, it's easy to get a mast and receiver into the cab or into the steps or the windows. I don't have to worry about those components getting damaged in scenarios such as this. And the type of work the motor grader does, a lot of tight quarters, a lot of angle of the moldboard. So it's like you said, it's a definite game changer. And there's other features on here like auto articulation I'm using right now. It helps track in a radius so the tandems follow exactly where the front tires are going. I'm actually running in eco mode right now. And honestly, as an operator, I can't tell a difference when I'm in eco mode versus not. And that's up to 10% fuel savings right there.
It's a big deal, man. For you not to be able to really tell the difference in there for as much as you operate, that's a big thing. It looks like we got a third excavator just rolled in here. Speedo, you're in that 313 GC. Tell us all about it.
That's right, Brad. So, hey, I think Josh hit it best there. The old velvet fingers is on it with the choices. So the big thing that we like to talk about with Cat is, we listen to our customers. I'm in a 313 GC here. I've got almost the same exact reach. So I got 28 foot of reach with this machine with that long stick on there. And a lot of times with these machines, we don't need that heavy performer. Maybe we need a machine for a backfill, or we throw a hammer on this, or maybe a plate compactor working with another machine. So a lot of times we've got these things sitting on the job. Maybe they're not working every single day, but we got to back up something simple, something easy, nice side access, easy ground level checks. And one of my favorites is no DEF fluid on this thing.
We know what a big deal no diesel exhaust fluid is. One less thing to worry about also means less cost, Chad. And at the end of the day, it seems like everything is just driving towards that efficiency for the operators, owners, and fleet managers.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about, you heard Josh, or you heard Speedo call him Velvet Fingers. He's just so stinking good. We got to call him Velvet. He's amazing, right? So Velvet spins around there, and he's got all the technology he could ever want in that machine. But not everybody wants that. Sometimes some customers just want to go out and have a machine. They can turn the key, it starts, put some diesel in it. It is what it is, right? You got great dealer support. You got genuine Cat parts. You got all the features and services that any Cat machine would have, but it's simple and easy. And that GC does that exactly for our customers.
That's cool. I mean, there's so many options. There's also a ton of new models for 2020.
Yeah, absolutely. We just put out 50 models in the last 12 months, and then in 2020, we're planning on another 50 new models. We're listening to the customer, finding out what it is they need to do their jobs better, and we're giving them the tools to do it.
And let's not forget about equipment management solutions. It's not just your machines you got to take care of, it's the job site also.
Yeah, you got to take care of all of it. At the end of the day, if people aren't happy, if the machines aren't running right, it's not going to work. And we've got a system out there. It's a web-based system that helps our customers literally just manage their fleet. So we've given them the ability to keep all of that on track. These machines are all talking, right? So they're literally talking to each other. You don't know what the data they're sending, but we've got the ability to collect that data, understand what the health of that machine is, and then hopefully prevent maybe an occurrence that could be coming down the pipe. And you can see all that from your phone. It's pretty cool.
That's amazing. There's just so much evolving technology Why was it so important for Caterpillar to incorporate that into the new models?
Our customers want it. I mean, they want it. At the end of the day, if they don't make money, if they're not happy, then we're not happy. And they need the ability to go out and make sure that that machine starts and runs every day, which is why when we started the job site, we had our service truck out there. Our local dealer with the customer value agreement, they're making sure that that stuff is ready to go before we even get there. It's just a good scenario.
That's a big deal. You know, one of the things I keep hearing about are some of the smart attachments. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, so our folks down in Clayton, North Carolina, that's our BCP group, our Building Construction Products group. They do a great job with these little skid loaders and the compact track loaders like you're seeing out here. And they just come out with this D3. It's a fantastic machine, and it has the capability to work with our newly released smart attachments. We've got 3 smart attachments that are currently out, a backhoe loader, a dozer blade, and then we got the smart grader blade here. So to help you understand what that does for us, Rudd, if I've got a smart backhoe loader on my D3, my controls automatically switch over to traditional backhoe loader controls, so I don't have to learn a new pattern or figure something else out. It's just there. It's easy. I can click a button, and then it goes straight back to my skid steer loader controls. It's really a great scenario. Doing more with less. That's what we're doing.
That's cool. Tyler, you're in the 289. How exactly does that grader blade work?
Well, I tell you what, Rutledge, it works pretty good, you know, so like Chad was saying, being able to just switch back and forth just with a click of a button makes it pretty easy, you know. You get in a tight spot where you don't want to back up, kind of mess up your grade. You know, you can just lift this thing up, click of a button, you back up, get back on grade, you put her down, and you go. So, yeah, just anything, just add different type of applications you could do with this thing. You know, you got your wings, you pretty much make it a box blade, and I mean, it's really endless, to be honest with you.
That's so cool. I mean, so much right there at your fingertips. We also see the 299 is out there doing some work. Kane, we've heard a lot about the cab. Tell us why that cab is so good.
Yeah, Rhett, we'll talk a little bit about how they've really improved this cab. So it was always a pretty nice cab before. It all still has the sealed pressurized cab, which really keeps the operator out of the elements, you might say. But then also roominess. So again, friends at BCP, North Carolina, their area, they really listen to our customers. They try and help everybody out, so that way we can really improve what we need to improve from our customers. The door on this machine also has a 40% wider door opening, so when it comes to safety, everybody knows when they get into a skid loader or these small machines, you're supposed to face the machine, you're supposed to get out of the machine the same way, but I'm here to tell you, a lot of times that doesn't happen, right? So made it a lot easier for the customers to be able to do those certain things.
That's so cool, Brian. Thanks. All right, we see the CS56B has rolled in, driven by John Hood, who's really like our Troy Aikman of the group. I hear some beeping going on in there. John, tell us a little bit about that thing.
Yeah, so what you heard there, Rut, was the radar detect system. So what that does, it uses radar. As you can see, the sensor on the front, and there's one on the back as well. But as I'm backing up, whatever direction I'm going in, it's going to alert me of objects around me using radar. So it gives me an audible warning as well. That way I'm not having to look at a screen like my backup camera. I'm not focused on my backup camera. I'm still looking behind myself. And as you can see, as I back up to this motor grader, it's going to start to go off. I know I'm close to him. But if there was something back there I couldn't see, if it was in my blind spot, it's going to alert me. It's going to give me that audible warning saying, hey, check what's behind you, right? So just another way to keep an operator safe. And if you do pair that with the rear vision camera, the nice displays that are up here in front of the machine, just makes for all around safer day, especially when you get a new guy. Typically this job is all the greenhorns, right? You get somebody that hasn't operated much, they usually get stuck in the rollers. So just helping keeping your operator safe and the people on the job site safe as well.
What's cool is as much machinery as you've operated in your life, you always have a smile on your face when you're behind that one.
I tell you what, I kind of got people fooled because these cabs are pretty nice anymore. Seat mounted controls, seat rotates, seat's comfortable, air conditioner works, radio works. I'm a happy operator right now.
Yeah, he's a happy operator thanks to our folks up there in Minneapolis. That's where our paving products group is located. And man, I'm grateful for them because we're just dirt thugs here, and those guys, they know the black stuff. And all I know is black side goes up, and those guys, they get it dialed in, man. They've got every machine you could possibly want as a paving contractor. Obviously, pavers, rollers, pneumatic rollers, soil compactors, coal planers. They even have road reclaimers. They've got everything you could possibly need. They're over there under gate 2. I strongly suggest to go talk to them because I don't know much about that stuff, right?
It's so cool, man. They've got something for everybody. It feels like in every field, including that beautiful UTV that I rode in on. I love that thing.
Yeah, I tell you what, we kind of tricked this one out for you too, buddy.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it looks good. This thing does a nice job for us. It's electric power steering, so when you got Josh Hayes out there running you around like a maniac, you got complete control the entire time with that electric power steering. Got a steel box bed, because these guys, they're not gentle on stuff. Their jobs are demanding, and they're demanding, so therefore our machines must be able to live up to it, and so does this UTV. It's also got 1,000 pounds capacity in that bed. Works out pretty good.
And diesel power, too. You know how many people don't want to have to bring a second fuel out with you. That's huge. So for people that want to know more and they want to operate a Cat, they're interested in one, what can they do?
Well, we got tons of options, man. I tell you, if you have a Cat right now, maybe it's getting a little tired, a little long in the tooth, we've got our Cat certified rebuild. Work with your local dealer. They've got the ability to bring that machine up to new condition. And in some scenarios, you can actually add technology to help bring that thing up to new condition as well. It's a pretty cool system. And let's say you've got a big job coming up, Rut, and you need a certain machine that maybe isn't in your fleet. Just go to one of our 800 Cat rental stores across the U.S. They can help you out. Rent a machine for short term. Who knows, you might like it and want to wind up buying it. And let's say then you want to start buying. We got Cat certified used. We have certain criteria in regards to hours and how old the machine can be. And that will then be sold as a Cat certified machine. Works out absolutely perfect. And of course, you can buy brand new, beautiful yellow iron if you choose to. Doesn't matter if it's a 302.5 or clear up to our 994. We've got them for you. And you can get 0% Rut.
Cat Financial making it happen.
They are.
Man, it's so cool to see how all of these machines and these incredibly skilled operators change this whole thing in that short amount of a time. I'm assuming, Chad, that these guys are the best of the best.
Well, in my opinion, they're right there. That is for sure. I'm pretty proud of these guys. These guys came to us, again, minimum 10 years in the field. We don't know, we can't teach people how to move dirt. You know, we can sharpen their skills, but if you don't know how to move dirt, it's just not going to work out. So we've decided that 10 years minimum can really get a guy a good understanding how to move that material, and these guys do a fantastic job for us. And in fact, how about a round of applause for the operators today? I think they did pretty darn good. And from all of us here at Caterpillar, we really hope you enjoyed the show, and
We're
thank you for
proud
your
to
time.
support you, the titans of the trades. With the next generation of equipment, the most advanced